we have learned some rules. That is, square root of AB is equal to root A into root B, and division, square root of A by B is equal to root A divided by root B. And even I explained by using identities. Am I clear, children? Last class we have learned representing real numbers on the number line. That is, visualize some decimal expansion on the number line using successive magnification. Based on this, I think I gave you some homework. Visualize the representing of 4.35 bar. The meaning of 4.35 bar is the 5 is repeating. 4.3555 up to 4 decimal places. And second question, visualize 6.375 on the number line using successive magnification. These are things we have learned in a previous class. Am I clear, children? Am I clear? Do anyone have any doubt in this one? Am I audible to everyone, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, your voice is echoing.
Yes, ma'am, it's echoing.
Yes,
Now
ma'am.
I'm audible
Echoing
to
too much.
Last class we have learned representing real numbers on number line. With that, I gave visualize decimal expansion on the number line using successive magnification up to 4 decimal places if the number is repeating. These are the questions we have learned in a previous class. Am I clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I gave two sums. First one is 4.35 bar. Bar represent that particular bar, that under bar which number is it? That is repeating number. So the first question 4.3555. Am I clear, children? For this number, I told you people to represent on the number line. Second question 6.375 on the number line. Do anyone have any doubt in these two sums to do, children?
No, ma'am.
Homework questions?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Have you all copied yesterday's sums?
Yes,
In our
ma'am.
notebook?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Any doubt in yesterday's class, children?
Ma'am,
No,
ma'am, yes, ma'am. I have one doubt, ma'am.
Yes, Ajay.
Ma'am, yesterday you taught that that real numbers with some root and all. No, ma'am. That first question. Can you repeat it once more?
I did not solve anything. Just I gave the rules of real numbers. Operations on real numbers with the rules I gave. Ajay,
Yes,
I did
ma'am.
not solve anything. Just
Okay,
I gave some rules. That's it. What the rule
Okay, ma'am.
says, if we do addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division with a rational and irrational number, the result will be always irrational. And the third rule,
Oh.
if you take any two irrational number and if you do addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, the result may be rational or irrational. This is what we have learned in our previous class. With that, few examples I gave. Product of irrational number, that is square root of AB, that if multiplication division comes, you can split the root. Root AB is nothing but as root A into root B. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
And if it is root A divided by B, that time you can say root A separate and divide by root B separate. This is what we have learnt in our previous class yesterday. Am I clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So I hope you all have learned this one. Shall we move on to the exercise 1.5?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you able to see the screen, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, exercise 1.5. First they are asking us to classify the following numbers as rational or irrational. So just recall the rules what we have learned in our previous class. Previous class we have learned the rule that if the addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, if these four operations, if we are taking both rational and irrational, the result will be always irrational. This is what we have learned the first and second rule. Am I
Yes,
clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
So the third rule, what it says, so addition, subtraction, multiplication, division of two irrational number may be rational or irrational. This is what the third rule they have given. Am I clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Here, this will classify exercise 1.5. First main, classify the following numbers as rational or irrational. The first sum is 2 minus root 5. Here 2 is a rational number and root 5 is an irrational number. Am I clear, children? So
Yes.
if I take last grade 8 already have learned how to take root 5, how to find square root of non-perfect square numbers. So root 5 if I find by using long division method, so I am getting 2.236. Pardon me? It is non-terminating and non-recurring. So if I subtract from these due to devices, children. Children, please mute your device. Wins. Mute your device wins. So 2 is a rational number and root 5 is an irrational number. And if you subtract those two, always we'll be getting irrational, because as decimal expansion of this expansion is non-terminating and non-repeating. So it is an irrational number. Anyone have doubt in the first sum?
No, I didn't. The first sum.
First sum. So just recall the rules what we have learnt in a previous class. Previous class rules what I taught. It is if it is sum, addition, subtraction, multiplication and division of rational and irrational number is always irrational. We have learnt in our previous class.
Yes, ma'am.
Here, first question, 2 is rational number and root 5 is irrational number. So according to the rule, what it says, if you subtract any rational, irrational number, the result will be always irrational. Just to add a proof here, 2 is an irrational number minus root 5 if we do long division. Already have learnt in grade 8 how to find long division method to find a non-perfect square number.
Yes.
Kind of non-perfect square number. Am I clear, children?
Yes.
If I find root 5 value, it is 2.2360679. It will keep on continuing and it will never get remainder 0. As we know that root 5 is an irrational number. So only few digits, 6 digits I have taken, 7 digits I have taken. If I subtract, I'll be getting 0.2360679, etc. So from this result, we got to know that the decimal expansion of this expression is non-terminating, will never get 0. And it is non-recurring. Even numbers are not repeating. So we can say it is irrational number. Am I clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
the second one. Second question. 3 plus root 23 minus root 23. So here, we have to use a BODMAS rule. First, we have to take out the bracket. So if I take out the bracket, 3 plus root 23 minus root 23. So here plus root 23 minus root 23 will get cancelled. So answer is 3. 3 we can write in the form of 3 by 1. 3 by 1 is a rational number.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It is a rational number.
This one?
No doubt, ma'am.
Answer is it can be represented 3 plus root 23 minus root 23. Here, if I take out the bracket, plus root 23 and minus root 23 will become 0. You cancel. Only 3 will remain. So 3 is nothing but as rational number. So all natural number, whole number, integers are rational number. So 3 I can write in the form of 3 by 1. It is in the form of p by q. Then it is a rational number.
Ma'am, first one is negative.
Ma'am, first one is negative, ma'am.
Minus
Right,
0.
it's minus. First one.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, minus 0.2360679. Yes. But what we need here, this is non-terminating and non-recurring. That is what we need to say it is irrational. Or you can write the rule. The rule says, so addition or subtraction of rational and irrational is always irrational. That rule also you can write, or you can write this conclusion also. Both are correct. Am I clear here?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt in second question, children? Here,
No,
plus
ma'am.
root 23 and minus root 23 will get cancelled. 3 will remain. 3 I can write in the form of P by Q. If the number is in the form of P by Q, then it is a rational number. Am I clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, third one. Question is 2 by 7 root 7.
Ma'am, root will get cancelled.
Ma'am, because root by root is cancelled, no, ma'am. Root by root is 0.
So
Ma'am.
2 by 7 will be the answer, ma'am.
Yes. Here, question is 2 root 7 by 7 root 7. The rationalizing factor of root 7 is root 7 by 7. Always we need to get. Okay. Let me check the 1 minute. The question is 2 root 7 by 7 root 7. Right? So
Ma'am,
here,
7
numerate root 7 by
7
root 7 we
and
can
7 will
cancel.
go. Yes, ma'am.
Numerator root 7, denominator root 7 we can cancel. Answer is
Answer is
2
2 by
by 7. 2 by 7 is in the form of P by Q.
Yes, ma'am.
So if the number is in the form of P by Q, then it is called rational number. Any doubt in third sum?
No, ma'am.
No,
In
ma'am.
exam, they'll ask for 1 mark. So
No, ma'am.
classify whether it is rational or irrational and give reason. That time you try the reason for this one. Next we'll go for fourth question, 1 by root 2. So root 2, so denominator always should not be irrational number. So we'll rationalize. Rationalizing factor of root 2 is root 2 only. So we need to multiply here into root 2 by root 2. Am I clear, children, here? Or you can take, children, rationalizing, we need to rationalize the denominator. Denominator root 2 if rationalize. Rationalizing denominator means into root 2 numerator and denominator we need to multiply root 2. That time root 2 divided by 2 you will get. That is 0.70. So it is non-terminating and non-recurring. So it is irrational number. Am I clear here? Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
So here page number 23 in textbook.
Directly you can, according
Here
to the rule,
we need
you
to
can
do the denominator rationalizing. So rationalizing denominator means denominator if root factor is there means we need to multiply numerator and denominator root 2 into root 2. So numerator if I multiply 1 into root 2 is root 2 and denominator root 2 into root 2 is 2. Root 2 whole square is 2. So again if you simplify this we'll get the result 0.70710. It is non-terminating and non-recurring. So it is irrational. Am I clear with this answer, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Shall we move on to the next one?
Yes, ma'am.
Next question is 2 pi. Already we have learned pi is an irrational number. In order to multiply 2 into pi value, already we have learned, already explained why pi is irrational. Because pi value exact, it is not the exact value of 22 by 7. It is approximate value. Even though from 7 if you divide 22, the number will not terminating also and you will not get repeating block also. Am I clear, children? So when pi is irrational, obviously 2 pi is also an irrational. Already we have learned pi is non-terminating and non-recurring. When pi is irrational, then obviously 2 pi is also irrational.
Yes, ma'am.
Am I clear with this doubt, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Here, what concept we have learnt here? Do simplification as indicated and see whether the number is terminating and non-terminating. Here, we just observe that whether the given number is terminating or non-terminating or recurring or non-recurring. So these are things we have learned. And also we recall the rule what we learnt in a previous class. Some difference and product of a rational and irrational number may or may not be irrational. This is what we have learned. Shall we move on to second question? Second main. Yesterday even I explained. So when root a plus root b, a plus b whole square application, a plus b into a minus b application, and a plus b whole square application. These are the 3 points already yesterday I've given. Am I clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
So we'll apply those concepts in solution 2 in second main. Am I clear here? Second main, first question, please observe the question. It's a binomial, multiplication of binomial by binomial. 3 plus root 3 is a binomial. 2 plus root 2 is a binomial. So from 3, you need to multiply the binomial 2 plus root 2. Then plus root 3, you need to multiply the binomial 2 plus root 2. So here 3 2s are 6 plus 3 into root 2 is 3 root 2 plus here root 3 into 2 is 2 root 3 plus root 3 into root 2 is root 6. Yesterday I taught a first rule. When a and b are irrational, so root a into root b is root ab. So your root 3 into root 2 is root 6. Anyone have doubt in this one?
No, ma'am.
So this is the thing, only result. Here there is no like terms to add or subtract. So this is your final result. It's just a multiplication of binomial by binomial. Any doubt in this, some children?
Ma'am, can you simplify this more, ma'am?
How will you simplify here? You can't, because root 2 and root 3 is unlike terms. Here 6 is there, here root 6 is there. 6 is rational number and root 6 is irrational number. You can't simplify anymore. This is your final answer. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Next we'll go for second question. 3 plus root 3, 3 minus root 3. Here I can apply the identity a plus b into a minus b. Am I clear here? What is a plus b into a minus b? A square minus b square. Am I clear, children? So 3 square minus root 3 whole square. 3 square is 9 and root 3 whole square, this root and 2 will get cancelled. 3. 9 minus 3 is equals to 6. Any doubt here? Any doubt, children?
No, ma'am.
Shall we move on to third sum?
Excuse me, ma'am. Can you repeat it again?
Which one? Second question. It is
Second one, ma'am.
3 plus root 3.
Yes, ma'am.
3 minus root 3. A plus b into a minus b. This is just observe. Only sign is changing and here other two values are same. So here I can apply the identity a square minus b square. A square means 3 square is 9. Root 3 whole square is 3. 9 minus 3 is equals to 6. Am I clear, Anmol?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt now?
No, ma'am.
Same thing. The next one is another identity a plus b whole square. Root 5 plus root 2 whole square. A plus b whole square says a square plus b square plus 2ab. Here root 5 whole square plus root 2 whole square plus 2ab. AB means root 5 into root 2. So root 5 whole square is 5 and plus root 2 whole square is 2 plus this root a into root b is root ab we written. So root 5 into root 2 is root 10. Am I clear? Then 5 plus 2 adding 7 plus 2 root 10. Anyone have doubt in this one?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yes.
how did it become 7, ma'am?
5 plus 2. 5 is a rational number, 2 is a rational number. You can add it, no?
That is equal to, ma'am, in between.
5
Okay.
plus 2 root 10 is equals to 7 plus 2 root 10. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
Any doubt in third sum?
No, ma'am.
Tell me fourth sum. What identity we have applied here?
A minus B, A plus B.
A square minus B
A
square.
minus b into a
A
plus
plus
b.
B into A minus B identity we have
square.
learned. So here A and B both are same. Only
Ma'am.
sign is different. So this I can take A square minus B square.
Ma'am, no.
This root and 2 will get cancelled. 5 minus 2 it is 3. Am I clear here?
Yes,
One
ma'am.
right.
So here we have applied the concept. Algebraic identities A plus B whole square, A
Ma'am,
minus
one
B whole
doubt.
square, A plus B into A minus B. Am I clear, children? So on these equivalent identities also yesterday I have given classwork.
Ma'am, one doubt.
Yes, dear? Which one?
Ma'am, in that identities below, ma'am, is given only A minus B.
Here A is rational, B is irrational.
Ma'am, second one.
Second one. Here, yeah, this also we need to apply A plus B into A minus B. Both are root
Okay.
no here. So root A whole square is A and root B whole square is B. Root and square will get cancelled. Am I clear now?
Okay, okay.
Any doubt in the sum?
Ma'am.
So these are the three extra I even explained. The two numbers, rational, irrational, both are irrational, and irrational number squaring what you're going to get. Even you can apply this third one I applied here, root 5 plus root 2 whole square. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So third sum. Pi is defined as ratio of the circumference of a circle to its diameter. That is, pi is equal to C by D. This already we know that pi is equal to circumference of circle divided by D. Am I audible to everyone? Am I audible to everyone, children?
Yes,
Ma'am, can you repeat,
Yes,
ma'am,
ma'am.
please?
Third question I'm just reading. So already we have learnt in a previous class the direct and inverse variation. One activity I made you people to do that, only circles, 2 centimeter, 3 centimeter circles you cut and paste it, and by using a thread you measure the circumference. You remember, children?
Yes, ma'am.
One activity, direct and inverse variation, I just made you
Yes,
people to do
ma'am.
the circle activity. So that what I told, by using a thread, measure the circumference of circle divided by diameter. So almost you'll be getting a same result, pi value. So here whatever pi is equal to C by D, what you're taking, this is only, so this seems to be contradicting the fact that pi is irrational. So how we are explaining this one, they're asking. So we know that pi is equal to circumference by divided by diameter. So how we are going to prove this is an irrational, they're asking. Am I clear here? So we know that pi is equal to C by D. That is, pi is equal to circumference divided by diameter. Here circumference or diameter are not given to be integers. Am I clear, children, here? Do anyone have doubt with the pi? How we are getting a pi value? Anyone have doubt how we are getting pi value here?
no, ma'am.
Children, last class in that activity I said, measure the circumference by using a thread I said. So with a scale or tape, if we get only an approximate rational number. So here pi value circles radius will be different. So you'll be getting a different value C by D if we take. Am I clear here? So approximate value of rational number we used to get. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
That's why always we used to take pi is irrational. Only thing this one, if we take any circle radius measurement, we are getting approximate value. That is 22 by 7 is an approximate value of C by D. So that is why we can take this as, this approximately looks like 22 by 7. You can think, ma'am, 22 by 7 is a rational number, then why are you telling it is irrational? Yes, no, children? So if you exactly, if you take any circle, circumference and diameter, then if you divide, you'll get to know it is non-repeating and non-recurring. Am I clear here? Here what we are using 22 by 7 is an approximate value of this circumference by diameter. Am I clear? That's why here C or D may be irrational. So the fraction C by D is irrational. I hope I'm clear to everyone. Once again, I'll repeat. Here, if you take circle, any circle you draw, And by using a thread, you just measure the circumference of circle, means perimeter of a circle. That divided by diameter if you do, so you'll be getting approximate value of 22/7. And when you divide circumference and diameter, the value will never end. It is non-terminating and non-recurring. And that approximate 22/7, what we're getting is an approximate value of 5. That's why here either C or D is irrational. That's why we can say C by D is irrational. I hope I'm clear to everyone. When we divide circumference and diameter, the result will never be ending. It is non-terminating and non-recurring. That is why we are taking pi as irrational number, or we can say either C or D may be irrational. That's why C by D is irrational. The rule 2, what it says, multiplication or division of rational and irrational may be irrational. So second rule we have applied here. Am I clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
So what concept we have learned here? A rational number is a number of the form P by Q, where P and Q are integers. In this case, pi is equal to C by D, where C and D are not integers. Also remember that no measurement is exact. Here, even C circumference value, if you measure in C also, it is not exact value what we are getting pi. Now, this is very, very important. Representation of root 9.3 on the number line. Children, this one, if I say orally, will you be able to do it on your paper? Or else tomorrow, please be ready with your compass, scale and pencil. I'll explain this one how to do on a paper. The same method you can apply even for other numbers also. Root 5, root 7 also you can apply the same method. Both you can take decimal number.
Can you show tomorrow, ma'am?
Okay, ma'am. We'll do tomorrow, ma'am.
We'll be ready tomorrow, ma'am.
Today I'll explain orally. So tomorrow I'll show by you doing. Here, if we give any decimal number, 9.3 they gave, just 0 to B, it is 9.3. Any number you can take. Here decimal number I'm explaining. 0 to B, it is 9.3 units. Am I clear here? After that, from B onwards, take 1 unit. First you draw a line, then mark 0 to B as 9.3 units. Measure from 0 to B 9.3 units. From after that, you just mark 1 unit here. B to C 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter or 1 unit. 1 unit you may take it as 2 centimeter. That is different. Better take 0 to B as 9.3. From that onwards, 1 centimeter, you just mark it. Am I clear? I am telling step by step. First, draw 9.3 centimeter. After that, mark 1 centimeter on the number line. Am I clear, children? B to C, C to D, D to E, E to F, like that. 1 centimeter you need to mark. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
After that, O to C, you need to take more than half. Here they have not showed. O to C, you need to take more than half. You need to bisect that line segment. So from this O to C, this become 10.3 now. Am I clear? O to B 9.3, O to C extra 1 unit, that become 10.3. So this O to C take more than half and bisect this line segment. That line segment divides this OT into 2 equal parts. Am I clear with this step? Am I clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
After that, take OC, OD or OC as a radius. Keep the needle in D and draw a semicircle. Any doubt? I'll repeat once again. If they're giving 9.3, take extra 1 centimeter. B to C. So from 0 to C, it is 10.3. Am I clear? So from 0 to C, take more than half and bisect this O to C. That will meet that point D. So OD is equals to DC now. Am I clear? Keep the needle in OD,
Yes, sir.
draw a semicircle. Am I clear, children? Then BE, you join this line. Am I clear? Take BE as a radius, draw an arc. That arc should cut this line. This F represent root 9.3. From B to F, the measurement is the value of root 9.3. Same method you can use for to locate root 5, root 2, root 11, root 9. Same thing you can use it. Once again, repeat the steps. Remember, children, if they give 9.3, you take one unit extra, 10.3. Am I clear? Then take more than half, bisect that line segment that divides equally that line 10.3 OD is equals to DC. Then take OD or DC as radius, draw a semicircle. Am I clear? Then that semicircle B to E join a line. So from B you draw line, perpendicular line you draw, then take BE as a radius and draw an arc intersecting the number line at F. So this B to F is a thing but as root 9.3, or this exactly is F value represent 9.3. Any doubt in this representing irrational number?
No, ma'am.
Today you try.
No, ma'am.
You can try this one for any irrational number, not only for decimal, any irrational number you can try. So you
No,
get
ma'am.
the result. Am I clear, children?
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, 1 unit means always 2 centimeter, or can we take?
No. You can
centimeter?
take 1 centimeter also. 1 unit means you can take 1 centimeter, half a centimeter, anything. So 0 to 9, you're taking exactly 1 centimeter no, scale measurement.
ma'am.
So take from B to C also 1 centimeter only.
Okay, ma'am.
Units are centimeter, meter, millimeter. Okay, that's why they're not mentioned what it is. Anyhow, we are using scale to draw line. Take this unit as centimeter. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Shall we move to the next one? Fifth sum. Last main of this one. So here, rationalize the denominator of the following. See, children, only 1 by root 7 is there means. So we need to multiply both numerator and denominator. Denominator should not be an irrational. So multiply root 7 both numerator and denominator. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So 1 into root 7 become root 7. So here it's printing mistake, children. It is root 7, it is not 1. Root 7 to root 7 is 7. Here instead of 1, it should be root 7. Am I clear here? So rationalizing the denominator they're asking. So denominator when we rationalize 1 by root 7 is both numerator and denominator. We need to multiply root 7. So 1 into root 7 is root 7. Root 7 here root 7 has to come. Root 7 to root 7 is root 7 whole square. It is 7. Any doubt in first sum? Already we have done this in the previous sum.
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Rationalizing denominator means, so denominator we have to take out the irrational number. So multiply both numerator and denominator root 7. So 1 into root 7 is root 7. Root 7 whole square is 7. Am I clear here? Second one, rationalizing factor of 1 by root 7 minus root 6 is, so it is even when you get your negative sign, rationalizing factor will be always positive. When we get positive, see third sum, it is positive, denominator is positive, rationalizing factor will become negative. It is vice versa. If it is negative, rationalizing factor is positive. If denominator is positive, rationalizing factor will be negative. Am I clear with this sum, children? I'll explain how we are getting. Why we are doing like this is, denominator we need to reduce this root. That's why if it is negative, we need to multiply both numerator and denominator, root 7 plus root 6. So rationalizing factor of root 7 minus root 6 is root 7 plus root 6. Am I clear? Am I clear with this step, children? First step.
Yes, ma'am.
So rationalizing factor of negative is positive. So positive is negative. Am I clear with this point? Anyone have doubt? So here 1 into root 7 plus root 6 is same thing as root 7 plus root 6. But see the denominator, as I said, denominator we need to take out irrational number. A minus B into A plus B. What's A minus B into A plus B?
A minus B.
A square minus B square. So root 7 whole square minus root 6 whole square. It is 7 minus 6, 1. So any number by 1 is same thing. Root 7 plus root 6. Anyone have doubt in this sum?
No, ma'am.
So rationalizing factor of 1 by root 5 plus root 2 is what? When plus is there, we need to multiply root 5 minus root 2, negative. Am I clear here? So 1 into any number is same. Denominator is in the form of A plus B into A minus B. It is A square minus B square. So it is 5 minus 2, it is 3. Your final answer is root 5 minus root 3 divided by 3. Am I clear?
Okay, ma'am.
Same thing, fourth one. Here what concept we are used here? Rationalizing factor of, if it is a positive sign, we need to multiply negative. If it is a negative number, we need to multiply positive. Rationalizing of denominator means converting the irrational denominator to rational. Am I clear, children?